What is up, everybody, and welcome to another NFL prediction video. This video will be for week 2 of the NFL season. As you can see above me, we did not do so good last week. We went 8-8. Got half right, half wrong. It was a very weird week, as week 1 usually is. Um, we have some very exciting games this week, including the Thursday night game, which is Washington against Green Bay. Both teams won week 1. Of course, Washington barely beat the Giants, though. The Giants, who look terrible. Green Bay picking up a huge win over the Lions. This game is in Green Bay. It is. I'm very excited to watch this game. I'm going to go with the Packers to actually pick up the win over Washington. The Packers are home. They looked very good last week. They have a very good defense. I'm going to have to ride with the Packers. And biasly, obviously, I want them to win because I hate Washington, but I really do think they're going to win and pull out the victory. Next, we have Jaguars against the Bengals. Both of these teams also won in week 1. The Bengals beat the Browns by 1 point, and the Jaguars beat the Panthers. I'm gonna go with the Bengals here. I got them beating the Jaguars. The Bengals always start off a little slow. I don't know why. In week 1, they look bad. Any other team they probably would have lost, but it was the Browns, so I have to go with the Bengals. I think they're gonna, as they go through the season, they're gonna be better and better. And the Jaguars are the Jaguars. They won, but it was the Panthers. So, you know. Next, you got the Rams and the Titans. I'm gonna go with the Rams. I mean, I can't pick the Titans over the Rams. I just can't. But you never know in the NFL, especially in the first couple weeks of the season. The Titans could always come out and beat them. You never know. But I'm going to go with the Rams. Next, we got the Patriots against the Dolphins. The Dolphins probably were the team that looked the worst in the week 1. They looked terrible. As I kept looking, I was watching the games, and I didn't watch this game, but I was watching other games, and I kept seeing the score pop up. And I was like, man, the Dolphins are getting their asses kicked. Like, Tua apparently looked terrible. There's rumors of Tyreek Hill getting traded. It's bad in Miami right now. And with that being said, I'm actually gonna go with the Patriots. I'm gonna go with the Patriots to beat the Dolphins. Jesus. I'm gonna go with the Patriots to beat the Dolphins in week 2. And I mean, you never know. The Dolphins could come out and look good, and completely erase what they did in week 1 and win by like 40 points. You never know in the NFL, but I'm going to go with the Patriots. Next, we got the Bills and the Jets. Both these teams look really good in week 1. The Jets did lose, but they had a very good game against the Steelers. That was the game of the week until the Bills and Ravens game. The Jets and the Steelers game was the game of the week. So, but I am going to have to go with the Bills. But this game could honestly go either way. Both teams impressed me in week 1. So, but I'm going to go with the Bills. Next, we got the Browns and the Ravens. This one's easy. Not even going to go over that. The Ravens are going to win. Yeah. Giants, Cowboys. I'm going to go with Cowboys. That one. Unless the Giants bring in, what's his name? Jackson Dart, I think is his name. Unless they bring him in, they have no chance to beat the Cowboys in week 1. Or in week 2, I'm sorry. Next, we got the Bears and the Lions. I'm going to go with the Lions. Even though the Lions looked kind of bad in week 1. It was week 1, and they were facing a very good Packers team. So, I'm going to have to go, I'm going to have to go with the Lions to beat the Bears. Next, we got the 49ers against the Saints. This one's easy. 49ers to beat the Saints. The Saints, you aren't going to see me picking them very often this year to win any games. It's just, it's pretty obvious that they're not a good team. So, also, if you're wondering why I'm wearing new glasses, I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it, but That is why, because my other pair broke in half. So I'm wearing this new dark pair. But anyways, Seattle versus the Steelers. I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers. The Steelers impressed me week 1. They looked very good. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdown passes. Um, I picked Seattle to beat 49ers in week 1, and they actually lost. So I'm not gonna pick them here. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers, eventually could go like this and go down. But for now, I'm gonna say that he's gonna keep going and look good and beat the Seahawks. Broncos versus Colts. The Colts actually shocked a lot of people week 1. Daniel Jones, came out and balled. Do I think he's gonna do that against the Denver Broncos? No, but could he? Yes. Um, this one's kind of hard to pick, actually. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I have to go with the Broncos. I can't trust Daniel Jones still. I just can't. I mean, if he comes out this week and defeats the Broncos, I'll be impressed. And if he has another game like he did last week, I'll be impressed. But right now, I can't go with him. Next, we got the Cardinals and the Panthers. Now it's easy for me. Cardinals, Chiefs, and Eagles. The game of the week. My favorite team against the Chiefs. A rematch of Super Bowl. Jalen Carter will play. Xavier Worthy will not play. Most likely, I'm pretty sure he won't. I am gonna try and be live for this game. And if I am, it'll be at 4:25 on Sunday on my Twitch channel, which is in the description. I'm gonna say it's about a 75% chance that I will be live for it. The only reason I might not be is if I watch it like with my family. But I have to go with my team. I have to go with the Eagles. The Eagles did not impress me really in week 1. They pulled out. I mean, they did, but they also didn't. The defense looked very torchable. Even we didn't even have Jalen Carter, and we still won, so that's a good sign. But if CeeDee Lamb didn't drop those passes, I mean, I gotta be honest. If CeeDee Lamb didn't drop those passes, we probably would have lost. So I gotta take that into consideration. The Chiefs did not look good in week 1 either, though, and they actually lost. So I gotta go with the Birds. I gotta go with the Eagles, and even though it's in Arrowhead, I think that's the name of the Chiefs Stadium. It's I gotta go with my team. Falcons versus Vikings. This one is kind of hard for me to choose because if JJ McCarthy kept playing the way he was in the first half against the Bears, I would obviously pick the Falcons. But in the second half of that game, JJ McCarthy looked pretty good, and they came back and won. I didn't see any of the Falcons game. I'm pretty sure they won though. But I am gonna actually have to go with the Vikings here to pick up the victory over the Falcons. That one is kind of I am not touching that game when I bet, that's for sure. Not touching that game with a 10-foot pole, I can tell you that. But that's Sunday night actually. Wow, I just realized that's a Sunday night game. Why did they not put the Eagles and Chiefs on Sunday night? Like, I still don't get that. When I first looked at the schedule, I was like, why did they do that? It's so weird. They should have put Falcons and Vikings at 4:25 and had the Eagles on Sunday night. Maybe it's because they didn't want the Eagles to have 2 like primetime games back to back, but I don't know. Who knows? Texans versus the Buccaneers. There's 2 Monday night games this week. This is the first one. I'm gonna go with the Bucks to beat the Texans. Yeah. And then I'm gonna go with the Chargers to beat the Raiders. The Chargers looked very good week 1. Justin Herbert looked perfect. The Bucks, I don't even have any reason really why I picked them. I just think they're gonna win. See, the Texans could also win that game. That's another game I'm not gonna touch. But I'm gonna start doing this new thing where I do like a like a 5-leg money line parlay, and if you guys want to tail it, you can. This is my parlay though. Bengals over Jaguars, that's one team. The Rams over the Titans. The Ravens over the Browns. Dallas over New York. And the 49ers over the Saints. That's my 5-leg money line parlay. If you guys want to tail it, you can. But I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. And hopefully my record looks a lot better than 8-8 next week. As the season goes on, it's going to be a little bit easier to predict. But the NFL season, is very hard to predict sometimes. But hopefully this week is better. And I'll see you in the next one. Fly Eagles fly. I'll see you at 4:25 most likely on Sunday. And bye. I'll see you.